Hello, welcome to Balanced Body Podcast in beautiful Miami at Polestar Pilates Center for Physical Therapy and Pilates. I'm Dr. Brent Anderson, physical therapist and specialist in Pilates for rehabilitation. And today I want to talk a little bit about specific manipulation and mobilization techniques that we can use on top of the Pilates-Barrel for a lumbar spine. I wanted to start with basically a very simple posterior-anterior glide of the spinous process itself. We start by just placing our thumbs on top of the spinous process, and by being in this prone position over the barrel makes it very nicely exposed to be able to feel. And I know sometimes you've gone to a manual therapy course and you've been taught that you can feel these joints moving, and then you go to do it and you can't feel it. Well, this is a great position where you actually can feel the joint moving anteriorly as you press down on the spinous process. And then, of course, working our way down through the segments one at a time to be able to both evaluate and to treat anything you have to do with those particular vertebrae. We also can go with a lateral anterior or posterior anterior glide on the transverse process itself, or the facet, depending how close we want to be. And again, just facilitating a nice rotation to the opposite side. And again, you can feel that moving nicely in this particular position, where a lot of times you won't be able to feel it on a flat table. And the last one I want to show with the transverse process is actually doing a lateral glide. So what I'm doing is I'm stabilizing the segment above on this transverse process with my top hand, and then my lower hand is basically translating that vertebrae below to the side, particularly around the quadratus lumborum insertion up into the 12th rib and into the first lumbar vertebrae is a great place here to be able to relieve some of that spasm and tension that our patients bring with them. And then I like to finish up just with a very simple distraction, one hand on the sacrum, one hand on the lower thoracic, and just gently distract the vertebrae apart, giving them space and relaxation. I like to make one little just precaution on this, and I always like to test my clients first just to see how they tolerate laying over the barrel before I let them spend 5-6 minutes in this position. And if they're okay with just testing the position, then proceed with some of the mobilization techniques. I hope you find them as beneficial as I have. This is Brent Anderson signing out at the Balanced Body Podcast.